Hello, I'm Archbishop Kurtz, and Christmas is rapidly approaching. If you want to do something worthwhile for December shopping, go out and buy a good nativity scene for your home. I offer this advice after reading an apostolic letter from Pope Francis. It's called Admirabile Signum, or Enchanting Image, and it's a beautiful reflection on the nativity scene. Pope Francis reminds us of the first creche or nativity scene created by St. Francis of Assisi in the year 1223. St. Francis established this living nativity scene at the midnight Mass in Greccio, Italy. How fitting for this first nativity to occur at the Holy Eucharist. Christ, our living bread, given for our salvation, is joined to the mystery of his birth, in which God humbled himself to become one of us for our salvation. Now, in his apostolic letter, Pope Francis recalls words of St. Augustine, which he says about Christ's birth. Here's what he says: "Laid in a manger, he became our food." A great joy at Christmas for me is to watch the little children at the cathedral who visit the nativity scene with their parents. Excitement and wonder fill their eyes. This year, parents might consider reading Pope Francis's apostolic letter to your children before visiting the church or before setting up the nativity scene at home. The letter's brief, and it's really easy to follow. There are really 4 lessons worth sharing with your children. The first and obvious one: the central image is Christ as a baby with his mother gazing in adoration and inviting us to come closer. The lesson is that Christ came for each one of us. Secondly, looking at the nativity scene is a teaching moment about the beauty of our faith. Think about sharing your first encounter with a nativity scene with your children. The third is, remember what St. Augustine said, his quote, "Laid in a manger, he became our food." Reflecting on a nativity scene is a great time to reinforce our belief in the real presence of Christ in the Holy Eucharist. It is also a reminder of our opportunity to encounter Christ every week at Mass. And fourth and finally, my nativity scene at home was simply with the Holy Family, the shepherds and the Magi, but some scenes include laborers and homemakers, the poor and the hungry. The lesson is so clear. Christ came for each one of us, and he asks us to make room for others in our lives. What you do for the least of your brothers and sisters, you do for me, Jesus said. May this Advent and Christmas season draw each of us close to the nativity scene and to our Savior, Jesus Christ. Let us strive to warm our hearts, to pass on the beauty of our faith, and to make room for others. May the gift of the Holy Eucharist and the real presence of Christ take on new meaning as we contemplate our nativity scenes. And please know of my prayers that all of you have a wonderful and a joy-filled Christmas.